Damn, I took 3 losses.
Happens to the best of us.
All longs too.
Damn.
Oh, I also realized 3 trades to me is over trading now. As much as I want to take that third trade, it always ends up being an emotional decision for me, which sucks. The fourth?
I get what you're saying about that, but I wrote myself like a big ass paragraph of a note, like strategy wise, who knows how it'll affect me emotionally, like when I'm in it. But it was more like I don't know, I don't even want to read it. But it's just more like your third trade should only be taken like if you're for sure seeing, like if you for sure understand in that moment why your first 2 trades were wrong. I don't know. And then also if I'm not over my daily loss, it'll allow me to take a third, like if I'm not over my daily loss.
Oh yeah.
Which I realized I don't have set up on the demo account, and all my trades I've gone over the daily loss.
What's your daily loss again?
Well, I said it when I was live trading, and I think I did it to 50. If that was the number you guys gave me, I forgot what number you guys said back then, and I just made that number the same.
For some reason, I put it to 35 in the beginning. That fucked me.
That's crazy. That's only like a trade and a half.
And that's exactly what happened when they took me out the trade. So I changed it to 50.
And I guess 50 makes sense because if you lose one and you lose $25, your second one, you're hoping it's a 10-point winner, which would bring you back up to 50, and then you at least.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. That's crazy how you have to calculate that in your strategy.
It's funny how we all got to 50 in a different way.
I was like, damn, my trading day is over the first 10 minutes if that's the case.
I know, dude, sucks.
I'm like, what do you want? I set up a 10-point stop.
This was the day that I looked at the Discord. There was a outlier at 58.10, which was my 2-hour demand. But as you can see here, it was long and the longs did not work at all for me. I'm just trying to see. Wait, what time was it at? I took it at 6:40. What time was your trade, Eli?
At 7:41 was my first trade.
So I was using this outlier here at 58.10, and then when it popped up, I was looking for this pullback to get long. But one thing I didn't, like I said, this wasn't my. I mean, it was a level I had. It was a level I had because we were at my key 2-hour demand. But I was so like persistent on it working because Carmine had made it his pre-market plan as well. So I was like, oh, it has to work. And then when it pulled back, I even remember telling myself like, oh, this pullback to the outlier doesn't feel right. Like it just felt very aggressive. And I was just like, it just did not feel right to me. I remember thinking that. And in hindsight, I didn't realize how much SVP was above. So to take this long was like kind of stupid of me because it would have had to have broken through all this SVP to work to the upside, which is not that doesn't put probabilities in my favor. And then when it pulled back again, I tried it one more time on this pop, and obviously I got stopped again. So if you look here, you can see I tried it on this pop, got stopped. Tried it again like a minute right after, which is something I need to remember to avoid doing, getting in like a minute after I get stopped. And then I got stopped again, and then I was just like, "Alright, that's it for me." I just because I knew I was trading off of a setup that wasn't mine, I was like, "I'm done for the day." Just going into the trading day very bad.
A rule that I came up with, when you said you need to stop trading within a minute of the last trade, is the word
Mhm.
significance. Like I'm like, I need a significant pullback. Like I keep telling myself that, or I need like I need something significant to stand out, not just oh it's retesting it, let me try it again, because then I might waste one of my tries. If I'm only gonna allow two trades.
Yeah, that makes sense. You need to yeah really gauge what the pullback is and what a real one looks like. It's pretty true.
And I came up with the word significance, because of there was like a buying outlier, and it spiked above the buying outlier and then came right back down within a minute. And I'm like, if it came back down that fast, I should have realized that the bear, I mean the bulls are not in control if it came back down that fast, like within the minute.
Mhm.
I think, like, I'm not sure if that's the correct context to have, but that's how I was like, oh, I gotta wait for a little more time to see if that's really a good spot.
Can you guys see my
Carmine,
book map?
Yeah.
yeah, Carmine says something about pushing it up, like when price goes up and spikes up real quick and it comes back down. Uh, he said something about that.
Oh yeah.
I know what you're talking
Yeah, but that's when it's like super large outlier and it pops up and it's like aggressive but thin selling into the outlier. Like I'll show you exactly what he's not talking about. Right here, you can see the SVP was building up, which it doesn't look as big as I thought it did when I was looking at my other chart, but the outlier right here, 5810. So this was the retest I was looking for. The SVP wasn't large at all. I thought it was larger, to be honest.
what are some numbers that make it stand out to you on the SVP?
It's
Like,
not really numbers, it's more how like stacked up it is.
mm,
Like the further out the peak means the more orders and stacked up
Yeah.
and fat and shit like that.
it wouldn't matter when I'm reviewing my trades, or not reviewing them, but I'm like screenshotting them to, like, the screenshots we send with our entries and exits. But I have a little Excel sheet where I'm writing down all of the details of my trades. It wouldn't matter to write down that CVP SVP number at the time I entered the trade, would it? Because then that number or would it? Just answer that question. Like if later
I
when I want to
don't
review that data and I'm like, oh, it was in the 3000s range wise, and then like I don't know if that matters.
I've never reviewed it like that. But like looking at it now, look at how the SVP extended farther out now compared to when I had just showed you. So now looking at it, it's like, okay, it's gonna have some struggle when it comes back to the like say it does pull back to 5810 and then pops up, it's gonna struggle here a bit to get above
I don't even,
because there is
go for it.
orders building up.
Dude, when I look at SVP, I don't even like pay attention to the numbers.
Yeah, me neither. I'm looking at the way it looks.
Yeah.
True.
But see this just I don't know, something about this the way this selling was happening, it felt strong to me. Usually like it'll pull back fast and then just pop up. The way this it feels like the selling is building up. It just doesn't feel but what he talks about is there's a outlier here, it goes, and then it thinly and quickly pulls pulls back. Whereas this, it's like slowly just like accumulating sellers as it's coming down.
Yeah, and all the red bubbles look balanced and like healthy.
Yeah. Compared to this pop on the buying,
Yeah,
it looks thinner. It doesn't look as strong.
yeah, and it's
So I
getting.
got stopped. What?
I was just having a hard time getting through that SVP.
Yeah, that one that I pointed out to.
Yeah,
Can I share a screenshot just so I could show y'all where I was wrong in all my analysis, or just show y'all my trades?
yeah.
Let me see.
And it pops one more time here. It's just thin compared to the selling that was happening. Yeah, that was dumb of me. Got stopped out again there. That was done. Go ahead, Eloy.
All right. So there was an outlier over here somewhere because that's why I charted this a green line. So I came in on the retest. I technically won. Maybe I guess my target. I didn't understand my target, so it came back down and hit my stop. Damn, I should have exited on this because it's like a 10-pointer. Damn.
It is.
That's another thing I wrote down for the week. I was like, yo, 10 points are enough. Stop trying to go past 10 points. And because the market's very bearish right now. So I was like, take your 10-point wins.
Yeah.
And then,
Going against the trend, yeah.
and then it came back and then it tried that same outlier again. And this time, I don't know. Whoa, Mike stop is crazy. What the fuck? I don't know why, but yeah, I just kept getting stopped. Like, and then I had like another outlier buying right here. And at least,
Wait, you kept trying.
yeah, I kept going. I kept trying long.
What? Wait, I'm looking at my chart. 57.66. Oh, that was later in the day. I don't even have those.
Yeah, these are 7
I
o'clock.
don't even have them. Can I see your chart?
Yep. What day is this again? The 4th. Oh, I'm pulling it up. Now, how do I do? I put it up, but I have to switch what I show.
Or you drag that screen over. Unless, oh, you have to do entire screen.
Oh, okay, let me do that again. Hold on, I'm going back. You guys are looking at something different. This is just the 5-minute one.
Is that those supply zones you turn into demand zones?
The white
Or
lines?
is that gaps?
These are gaps that I found. And I'm wondering if the gaps are, I think this was Tuesday, so I think on Wednesday you told me to stop using the H. The ESH.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
went to regular ES, and I think I noticed that there was no more gaps.
Oh, yeah. What time was it at?
My first trade, they started all after 7:40, so like around here.
After that green candle?
I'm like,
Yeah,
all right,
that's tough.
this is a big sell off. Maybe here, no. Maybe here, no. And that shit just kept fucking me up.
It's tough just because those levels are not like. I mean, it bounced obviously off that first gap line you have, or the second gap line you have.
Oh, yeah.
But to trust those levels is kind of hard just because those gaps are not the most reliable.
And then from a perspective of zooming out a lot, the market is dropping like every day at the beginning of at the open. So I think we're
Another thing to consider is the selling that was happening was super aggressive all morning. So to expect a V shape to happen here um, would be you just removed the screen, but
oh shit, my
to
bad.
expect a V shape to happen after that such aggressive selling is unlikely. Not that it's not possible, especially with current conditions, but to like expect it to just bounce right away after all that selling is less probable. The way it chopped is more likely to happen after all that selling.
Well, it dropped all the way here, and then I didn't start like this is like 7:30 right here. I didn't start entering until like oh this was a significant sell up. So I was like oh let me start trying longs. But
Yeah, but like if the longs would have worked here, it's almost like a V shape was happening. So like this buying, the first aggressive buying there was kind of almost like a trick to get longs to get in, when in reality it wanted to just chop for a bit, like just digest the selling that occurred.
mm.
That's how I see it when it happens aggressively like that.
And then I kind of have this bias where once it gets under support zone, I even Carmine says this, but like he might see the support zone now as resistance, and the fact that it didn't get above it again.
But I would say that is possible because I do see that happen too. But you would want to make sure that in order flow, there's some kind of signs that price wants to get up there. Don't just rely on the chart. Oh, there's a demand zone, so it wants to hit that as resistance. Like you want to see that order flow is leaving signs that price wants to test up there again.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I did the zero print the other day?
Yeah.
That would be like a sign that price may want to test up at these levels again. Or like if there was a 3,000 lot outlier, that may be a sign that price wants to go and retest that again. Because the market will leave traces of where it wants to go like that at times.
I've been enjoying watching this whole. I got multiple time frames up with ES. This is how I trade in the morning. But I'm gonna exit my share.
Sure. That's all I have for Tuesday.
Oh, you can't
I just-
can't